And then Amateur MX2 top 3, we've got Kieran York, Mitch Young second, and Jack Moore. That's rounding out the top 3 in both those classes. Next up, we have the British Expert. No, what have we got? British Expert MX1 and MX2. We have. He's coming back. He's coming back. Oh. Yep, it is. Do you mind me going to get a cup of tea? Not at all. I'm gonna, because I've just seen that and I've got tea envy.
Oh.
You're on.
A bit of fluff.
You're here.
Fell off. Let me just bend. That's me bending down. Right. We are on. I've just been outside as well, so we're now going out through the PA.
Oh, we are?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant.
So that's it. We're sorted.
Well,
everybody out there can hear us as well on the...
That's fantastic. Well, yeah, well, we will just say, obviously, we're only seeing what we can see on the screen.
Yeah, so everybody at the venue that can now hear us over the PA at the venue. Obviously, me and Swanee are commentating from the live feed screens here in the little booth. So if we miss anything out on track, and you'll probably think, oh, why haven't they commented on that? It's probably because we didn't see it. So you're going to also hear at the venue all the live stream commentary. We are about to go racing here with the expert class. Please go and get yourself a cup of tea, because I now feel bad that...
I'm just texting Mel to put the kettle on.
Right, here we go. This is the expert class. And Joe Clayton taking both motos yesterday, suddenly becoming a top motocross racer as well as an arena cross specialist.
Yeah, I know, Clayton actually, but he looked good. He rode at Landrake, didn't he, Clayton?
Yeah.
And he looked good there as well. So Clayton actually picking up the wick a little bit in the motocross sort of bits and bobs. But I think he's been doing probably a lot of motocross practice, hasn't they? I mean, obviously, I know the guys haven't been doing any of the indoor stuff.
No,
it's
exactly.
Sort of been switched off, essentially, hasn't it?
No, he's been doing a lot of that. And so Joe filling in for Jason Mirror on the Phoenix Tools Kawasaki this weekend. Obviously not in the pro class, but he's out there in the expert class.
Yeah, doing a very good job.
Doing them proud. They've taken two... He's taken 2 moto wins yesterday. He's sat there in 3rd at the minute on this opening lap.
And
I can
did
see.
a very good job last night as well in the straight rhythm.
He did indeed.
Therefore, you've got to go back and watch that.
You have. Yeah. It was great. I thought it was really good.
It was really good. Yeah, I'm going to go and get this cup of tea. And
you go and get a brew. I've got it covered.
Yeah, cool.
So John Robson now chasing Joe Clayton. See those 2 guys on screen. We're going to get them over the line as we always do, and then we rattle through the whole running order basically. Once they get over the line for the first lap, then we know who's where, what. No arguments, no speculation, getting numbers wrong, etc., etc. I can tell it's Ben Edwards on the Canagi Fuels KTM leading the way though. But let's get them all over the line, and then once they start coming in, we'll get the top 10 graphic up on the timing as well. But it's Edwards over the line first, followed very closely by Ben Clayton. Gav Stevenson, number 38, 2-time champion in this class, is back in 3rd ahead of John Robson. Then it's Josh Taylor, fast Josh Taylor. Did the straight rhythm last night as well, and did pretty well at that. You've got Richard Bird for 6th, Brad Cavill in 7th, then it's Jordan McCall, number 35. Jake Parker currently in 9th, then Sean Southgate. That is the current expert MX1 category. Remember, they got them mixed up here. We've also got the 250 category out there, and that is being led by Jack Lindsay on the Apico Husqvarna. I think he's still on the Apico Husqvarna, ahead of George Clark, Charlie Putnam. Then it's Ollie Beamish for 4th. 5th is Thomas Hardcastle. Hold on, sorry, no, it's just changed a bit as I'm calling it out. So it's Jack Lindsay, George Clark, Charlie Putnam, Ollie Beamish, then Thomas Hardcastle, Thomas Armstrong, and then Troy Willerton is in 7th on the TM 250 2-stroke. Then it's number 790, Sean Eckersley. And Jake Preston not making a good start at all. So Preston is normally right at the front. He has got some work to do now then, back in 9th position. But we've got a battle going on at the front as Joe Clayton goes into the lead, does he? Or has he crashed? Where's Joe gone? I was reading the screen there. So has Clayton slipped off or has he made the move? If I've missed that, so my apologies. Yeah, so while I was reading the timing out of my phone there, looks like Joe Clayton has slipped out of 2nd position, made a small little mistake. Josh Taylor goes down in the background there on the corner up to the whoops. There he is, 166. So Josh Taylor, he's getting desperate to get back up and he's making a bunch of mistakes. He will go quick though. He has got some serious speed, Taylor. So let's see how he pushes back up the field. Remember, everybody out there watching at the events, I know you guys at home obviously are seeing what I see on the screen, but just to let you know, people at home watching, that the commentary you're hearing is also going out to everybody at the venue here. So I'm just making sure that everybody out there on the venue knows that we're commentating off the screen. So if we miss something that you guys see, that's why. And what I'm seeing at the minute is a fantastic expert Oakley MX1 category race between the top two. Ben Edwards is doing his best to fend off Gav Stevenson. Robson still in there in 3rd. But there's Zach Steely. He's not showing the form that we've seen from him previously. He's just hovering inside the top 10. So it's Edwards, Stevenson, Robson, Clayton, Richard Bird. Oh no, that's it. It looks like he's going out of this one. Josh Taylor. What's he done then? Has the crash damaged the bike in some way? He's got to be careful he doesn't ride over the transponder line there, which of course he did. That's a nightmare for the timing. Timing and scoring are going to be going, oh God, what's he doing? But they'll be able to work that out because obviously all of a sudden his laps will show like he's probably done like a 59-second lap or something. So they'll hook him out of it. But it's Ben Edwards still leading the way in the MX1 class, Oakley supported in the Bell Expert MX2 class. It's now showing George Clark, number 79, as the race leader ahead of Charlie Putnam, number 91. Then it's Ollie Beamish for 3rd, 4th Troy Willerton, 5th is Thomas Hardcastle, number 321. Then it's Tom Armstrong. Jake Preston, series leader, is now up to 7th, number 957. Jack Lindsay now dropping down to 8th, then Sean Ecclesley in for 9th. New race leader, Gav Stevenson, finally finds himself at the front of the field. He needs this. He's a 2-time back-to-back champion. And he's now got stiffer competition this year from the likes of Joe Clayton joining the fray and Josh Taylor. So now this is Clayton going for a move on Ben Edwards. We've got Gav Stevenson just ahead of these two leading the race. Right, you can see Clayton is going to be all over the back of Edwards now. He's trying to make a move. He's got to get a move on to catch Stevenson, though, because Gav is about 4 seconds in front. Clayton won both motos yesterday, remember? So he's going to have to work very hard if he's going to do the whole clean sweep on the weekend and max score it out. And there's some proper scrapping going on behind him between Robson and who's that tucked in behind them? That is Southgate, Sean Southgate on the Hearts Honda pushing on. Well, it's still Gav Stevenson leading the way. He could do with a race win. He hasn't had as many as he had at this stage last year. But Joe Clayton said indoor specialist, and he is really now starting to get into outdoor motocross a bit more, getting his fitness levels up. You can see his skills actually over the, look at that, as he just sweeps around the outside of Ben Edwards to go up to second position. Back down into the Expert MX2 class, it's Charlie Putnam now in the lead, so it's changing all the time back there. Number 91 on the Par RFX Husqvarna. George Clark on the Yamaha now in second. Ollie Beamish on the KTM 250 in third. Troy Willerton on the TM now up to fourth, ahead of Thomas Hardcastle. Then Jake Preston, series leader, now working his way up to sixth position, number 957. Tom Armstrong currently in seventh, 8 Jack Lindsay, 9 is Sean Eckersley in the MX2 class at the front of the pack. Gav Stevenson now has a 7.45 second lead. Okay, we got a full off screen. Let's see, keep an eye on that. Don't want any red flag incidents here, but we've got a rider off the side of the track, off the screen, being attended to by the medical team. Again, Robson and Southgate going back to back on those two lines. Southgate keeps going for the inside, then Robson, number 28, does the classic cutback and gets the run on him through the whoops and then passes him back. So brilliant racing here. Brad Cavill, here he comes, getting a bit more up to speed. Brad's been off the bike for a little while, number 14. He takes a look over his shoulder, so he's gauging the race and seeing how far Clayton and Stevenson in front of him. Well, there's actually the yellow flags that made him slow down, so good. Oh, it's George Clark down there on the side of the track. So Clark, who was second in MX2, has had a bit of a dirt digger, and he is down there in that new section, or where it's not new, but where it turns left now, where it used to go straight on. But George is in good hands with the medical crew. So Southgate having a blinder in this one. He's away with it. It's going to take a hell of a push from Joe Clayton now to go to do the clean sweep. He's got to pull back about 7 seconds on the race leader, Gav Stevenson, on that Dixon Racing Honda. But this battle for third is a particularly good one. You've got Ben Edwards, Brad Cavill, John Robson and Sean Southgate, all pretty close together. But Ben is coming under pressure from the rider on the KTM, all in orange. Brad from just outside Taunton, down in Somerset, an avid Liverpool FC football supporter. He gets up there when he can and watches those guys. And he goes up the spot into third for number 14. So with George Clark crashing out of the MX2, let's give you a rundown of who's where in the MX2 class. Charlie Putnam now leads the way still by 7.7 seconds ahead of Ollie Beamish. Troy Willerton is in third ahead of Thomas Hardcastle. Jake Preston, number 957, is up to fifth ahead of Jack Lindsay. Eckersley in seventh, and then we've lost George Clark and Tom Armstrong out of this one. Okay, we are winding down this one. We have got not too long left. Let me just check. Probably about 3 or 4 laps.
Oh, it's good to be back.
It's good to be back. You got a nice brew.
Oh, I know. I don't know where it's not. Well, I'm a bit lighter than you.
Yeah, mine's coffee, mate.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I love a milky tea though. She just can't beat it. Becky came in, so Becky's one of the signing on people. She said that I'm not drinking tea, that's milk and water. Pretty accurate.
So we have 14:41 on this one. It's a 18, no it's not, it's a 20-minute plus 1 lap moto. Yeah, so there's, yeah, what's that? They're lapping around 2 minutes. I reckon we got about 4 laps left in this one. Gav Stevenson, number 38, is your race leader with a healthy 8-second lead over Joe Clayton, who's probably, he's not going to roll the dice, he's probably going to stick and settle for that. He won both motos yesterday.
I think Gav Stevenson's been riding really well, you know, all year, and was he in the pro class last year, Gav?
No, he's a 2-time champion in the expert class.
Experts, yeah.
So
he's going to be bumping.
He's going to try and make it a 3-peat, but this year he's not having it all his own way this year.
No, which is always good to see as well.
Yeah. But Josh Taylor just lost a handful of points. He went out of this one. I don't know what happened. He had a crash, which we saw.
Yeah.
But then he just basically, whether he damaged the bike, damaged himself, he went out. So there's Stevenson, number 38, Gav Stevenson on screen. Running order, as you can see on the graphic, it's Stevenson, Clayton, Cavill, Edwards, Richard Bird, McCourt, Robson, Steely, Southgate, and Jay McCrum. And then the MX2 class.
I'm happy to run through that if you'd like.
You crack, yeah. You.
I'm getting my tech up. Again, we have to rely on, you know, technology, don't we? So, leading the MX2, we've got Charlie Putnam, and then we've got Troy Willerton there, Willerton on that lovely TM. Jake Preston in 3rd. Jake having another good ride. Ollie Beamish in 4th. 5th, we've got Thomas Hardcastle, and then Jack Lindsay in 6th place. Sean Eckersley, is that Eckersley? Yeah, so Sean Eckersley 7th. 8th is George Clark, and 9th is Tom Armstrong. That's all we've got actually in Expert MX2. So you can just guarantee the top 10.
Yeah, even when you bail out like George Clark just did.
I should have booked into that.
you entered the wrong class.
I did. I'd have been a rolling roadblock.
You could have just been out there, you could have done a couple of laps, stopped, had a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Stayed out on track, still crossed the line and got a result.
2 top 10s.
You need to do your research a bit more.
I know, yeah, I know. That was lacking on my part. Gavin's riding really well at the minute. He's got quite a lead, hasn't he, over Joe Clayton there?
I can't remember. I think Gav won possibly the first, was it the first moto of the year at Hawkstone?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But after that, he's sort of been because last year he was pretty dominant. He won a lot of races, won the championship again. But
yeah, but I think the other lad, this group definitely is more competitive.
Oh,
isn't it,
100%.
this year? Yeah.
Yeah, you got like Clayton coming in, as we said, Josh Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor. Josh Taylor. I was speaking to someone earlier. Like he was in MX2 last year, apparently, well under the radar. None of us had really heard of him, had we? And then he's just sort of come from nowhere, and he's flying.
Yeah, he's quick, but unfortunately he went a bit too quick in this one and threw it down, and then has gone out of the race. So he's going to lose a bunch of points.
I saw him creeping past here this morning, actually, with an espresso in his hand. It looked like he'd gone and got an espresso from one of the trucks, and he was creeping past on his bike just in first gear with an espresso. I thought, mate, are you Italian? What's going on
Why
there?
not?
That's the most Italian thing I've ever seen.
Whatever you got to do to have a little pick-me-up, eh? Legitimately.
Yeah.
When it comes to racing or anything else.
Yeah.
Right, so Stevenson winding it down. He looks very comfortable this time around. He's back to where he probably feels he belongs.
Yeah,
out
it's
front.
looking good. Really is looking good. Smooth. Like I think this track, it really pays dividends to be smooth, and calculated. There's so many lines in the corners. You've got to really use your head, haven't you, to get those consistently good laps. Exactly what I wasn't doing.
I reckon Clayton obviously went for the lead and made a mistake and then dropped back. But I reckon Gav Stevenson would have probably had something for him in this one anyway.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I mean Clayton's a young, he's a young pup, isn't he? And he's full of it. But sometimes with a bit of experience, it goes a long way, and Gavin's definitely got that.
Yeah, he has, but Clayton looking good for the overall, of course. He took 2 moto wins yesterday. He's in second in this one. I think that was the 1 lap to go board I just saw.
So if Gav won, so where did Gav get yesterday? Was he not?
I knew you'd ask me that, and I knew I wouldn't know the answer.
Yeah, well you should have been preparing for that, because we need to look at this, because if Gavin's, hanging around.
Do you want me to look now?
Yeah, you have a little look.
I'll do that.
If Gavin was hanging around the top 3 yesterday, we could have a little battle on for the overall in the last race. Obviously, you being a Kawasaki man, you're betting on Joe Clayton.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Well, he didn't have a good day. In fact, I can't even see him showing. Oh, no, he got a 4th in the second moto.
Yeah.
So that's not
it's not
particularly
too bad,
great
but I don't
for the
think
overall.
Clayton's going to be down there, is he?
No.
Especially if Taylor doesn't race in the last race as well.
So Gav Stevenson went 3-4 yesterday.
Yeah.
Joe's 1-1.
Yeah, and then obviously we had Taylor in the mix. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Clayton's going to be quite comfortable with this one, isn't it?
But we all know it's not over till that final checkered flag drops, and there's another moto to go after this one. In fact, there's still a couple of laps or a lap to go in this one yet. So motocross, it's a motorsport. So much can happen. Bikes fail, accidents happen.
After this race, I think we're going to have a commercial break as well. Just going to let everybody know that. And me and Jeff are going to go and do some paddock announcements, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
So you can enjoy our sponsors' advertisements for a short moment whilst we take a little break and suck back some teas and speak to the paddock.
Get out there in the sunshine for a little bit.
Lovely day, isn't it?
Lovely day,
Lovely day to be tucked inside a box with no air conditioning.
It will come round when we get a real cold, wet meeting, and then we're going, yes, this is the way forward. So here's Gav Stevenson. I think he might be getting the checkers this time around. If not, it's certainly probably 1 to go. No, it's the checkered flag, so Stevenson takes a race win. So his score so far is a 3-4-1. Clayton is going to come across the line for a 1-1-2. So he's in a good shape.
As long as it doesn't go all very bad
for
Clayton in the next one, I think he's definitely put himself in a good position.
He has indeed. As you can see, Brad Cavill comes in 3rd ahead of Ben Edwards.
Of course, that's the Planet Moto finish line.
Yep, and you can see Spanish motocross holidays. So those guys are having a tough year of it with COVID, obviously. But if you feel like travelling, we can travel. They will still. They are still in operation doing those Spanish motocross holidays.
I think the tracks are open in Spain and bits and bobs like that. Someone it's did a knack-knack.
You see, all of a sudden, they know we're live streaming.
And there's knack-knacks going on.
And then we're getting showboaters.
Fair play.
Not sure who that was, actually.
So yeah, Planet Moto is still in operation. The the tracks in Spain are still working right now. So yeah, if you're feeling like you want to get out there, then get onto those guys and book yourself a trip. I'm sure they'll do you a heck of a deal.
Well, I'm not sure what happened there in the provisional result, because I'm just looking at it now. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, I was looking at still yesterday's results. Anyway, what have we got next? We've got